You gotta give them folks all that you got.
All right, we in this motherfucker. We live
Live.
with my player partner.
Uh-huh.
Get it out there. This motherfucking nigga, man, from from damn near the cradle, damn near. Give him about 10 years.
That's it. That's it.
So,
That's it.
as a disclaimer, I'ma try not to be biased with the interview. I'ma try, but shit, man, I'm only human. That's my nigga.
Right.
Fuck y'all.
Okay.
So, Mossy. This is the introduction to the world, baby. So go ahead and introduce yourself. Let them know who the fuck you is, and then we'll go from there.
Shit. If you know me, what's up? You don't know me, man. They call me Mossy B for Prez, Mossy B for everything, really. Artist, making dope music, making dope visuals, got dope photography. Me and my player partner Corey Lim, we got the dope designs. However you want it, that's how we coming,
All right. So, everybody has a story, man, and I want yours today. So let's start from where it all began, man. Give me where you from.
Shit, Haven Oaks, man. Building B.
Yeah, motherfuckers don't know what that is. Explain it to them.
And that's like Charleston side, Somerville side. Shit, that's where I grew up, man.
Well, yeah, you been born, nigga.
84. God damn. 84. God damn. God damn. Yeah. Yeah, that's where it started.
So that mean that basically you would say like the 90s was your coming of age period?
Hell yeah.
All right.
Great times to grow up in that neighborhood in the 90s.
All right.
God damn.
Break it down. Let them know. Tell them.
Man, God bless my granny. I was about 9. The first book she ever gave me was the autobiography of Malcolm X. So I felt Lupe Fiasco when he said this shit one time. He was like, he had the best of both worlds, because in the house he had so much knowledge, then on the outside he had the street. And that's how I felt. Because my mama was saying one thing on the inside, but boy, you step outside, everything is out there, So I kind of...
Like what? What was out there?
Same shit in every hood. You got your hustlers. You got your wannabe hustlers. You got your haters. You got shit, prostitution. You got whatever you needed, you name it. It was there. You feel me? So I had to learn fast. The only son in the house, So I had to develop that sense of responsibility young, A shout to all my OGs that raised me. Juan, God bless JP, Leonard, Ski, Kevon, Richie Rich, Speedy, God bless Michael, taught me how to ride my bike. Shit, I could go on for days, dog. On that part, you feel me?
Right. So I mean, growing up during this time, 90s, saying this about 10, 15 years old in that area. What influenced you? How did the music come about?
I wrote my first joint when I was like 9. It was called The Roof Is On Fire. I did it at a talent show when I was in elementary school. And I think I knew I wanted to make music, I'd say, when I first heard Regulators, Warren G and
Warren fucking G, baby.
Yeah, that's when I knew I wanted to make music. And then I had to backtrack. And being that I basically started off of the West Coast, I was on, the Chronic, Doggy Style, Dog Food by Dog Pound, Cocaine, Spice by Spice motherfucking One. And of course, Tupac. So that was like the start of the musical journey. Then you know, like Nas and Smith and Wesson, the whole boot camp clique, all that started coming into play. And shout out to my homie Fogel, Jamal, and Kareem, because they put me on to like Kweli and Mos Def, but that's like high school time. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah, the start of it, bro, gonna be the West Coast. That what started it for me. That what made me want to rap. You know what I'm saying? That West Coast, dog. Still to this day, I love the West, bro.
So was there any local any neighborhood type dudes that might have influenced you, or was rap a thing?
Hell yeah.
Around that time?
Hell yeah. Cause I won't say that. Well, Ron Johnson was nice. You know, Ron Johnson remind me of Buckshot from Boot Camp Clique.
Right.
And he could freestyle his ass off. And Eve could too. Eve was a rapping motherfucker, dog.
Right.
Like, I had loved that nigga. Eve could go like a motherfucker. Eve was like fucking, you know, the Black Thought before I knew about Black Thought.
Right.
Yeah.
I brought that up because, man, you know, people think the way they got this rap shit, dog, we was raised in it. This shit is cultural. It's not just no New York thing. It's just not no California thing. We was in the middle of the fucking country, dog, and niggas really embraced the hip hop lifestyle and culture, and like this shit just don't come from nowhere. Like niggas ain't just saw a nigga rapping on the TV and was like, hey, I want to be a rapper. Nah, man, we came up with that shit.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I agree with that part too. I agree with that part. Cause videos and shit like that, imagery, that didn't really come about till I was maybe like goddamn 7th, 8th grade when I wanted to.
Man, look, man,
you know what I'm saying?
I didn't give a. I watched the TV. I saw it was on the TV, but what is that? That's something that's not. I can't connect with that.
Right.
Like when I would walk down the corner and goddamn Terrell and Cliff been freestyling and snapping on each other and shit like that. That's real, nigga. That's visceral. Real. That's in my face. I'm like, oh man, I got to get like them niggas.
Yeah, that's real.
But anyway.
Yeah.
So we gonna fast forward a little bit to high school years.
Yeah, that's good time too.
This is about when I came in the picture.
Yeah.
With my nigga.
12 years old.
Yes, sir. No, well, I was about 13.
So yeah, we was 13 then.
And I remember that shit like yesterday, nigga. The first day I really met, the first two niggas I met in Haven Oaks. Mm-hmm. Because I was coming from St. Stephen.
Right.
The first two niggas I met walking to school one day was this nigga and Curtis.
And fucking Kurt.
And Kurt. And it was on from that fucking day.
Right, dog.
Which I wonder if I don't even know how the fuck do kids make friends nowadays. That I don't even know. But
I don't know.
That's another question.
Right.
For another day.
Yeah, that was classic, dog.
So go ahead, brother. Give them a brief, your musical influences and what you went through during your high school times,
Influences definitely gonna be Pac, Pac, Nas, AZ, like far as rhyme scheme wise, the niggas who I said like goddamn, Scarface is fucking Scarface, dog. You feel me?
Right.
Fuck, I like Trick Daddy shit too. Like these niggas is who. They can do no wrong in my eyes. JT Money, you know what I'm saying? Tila. I can't live without that Peace of Mind album. Shit, that as far as influences, like
well, check this. Give the people a story, a little story from this time period about, how some of this music helped you out through a time maybe, or just a good time that you was having listening to this shit or whatever. Just, give a relatable story to the music so people can get a little feeling of how this shit is bigger than rap.
So the month of May is actually Mental Health Month. That's a big thing. So when I was about 14 years old, and I came home one day for school. It was me, you know, it was me, my sister, and my niece at the time. She was like 3 years old. So, you know, she knew the time when I would come back, you know what I'm saying, home. So one day, I went to open the door. My niece was right there. Her hair was all wild and shit, diaper all saggy. And I was like, where your mom at? Where your mama? And then so she was like, mommy in the room. So when I went to go knock on the door, I could hear my sister talking, but I didn't know who the fuck she was talking to. So when I opened the door, she was like nose to nose with the wall, bro. And just, it was an eerie feeling. So long story short, they took my sister to the, I think it was called Charter at the time. And so, you know, they basically diagnosed her as being with schizophrenia.
Right.
And so, at that moment is when I realized that a lot of the shit that I was hearing from like Pop, his paranoia, a lot of the shit that I was hearing out of Scarface about his depression, like all that shit became very real to me because I saw that in my direct life. So I knew that I had to use my voice in some shape, form, or fashion to make it better for the shit that I was seeing. It was like a coping mechanism, or to say the least, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I put that in a lot of my music. You know, I bring up topics of depression and anxiety and shit like that because that's very real. And a lot of the rap niggas today, I don't listen to them if I don't resonate with something that's in their music. You know, because I hear a lot of niggas talk a lot of shit, but it can't be true. It's like niggas selling you a fairy tale. And whereas everything don't always got to be so serious because, you know, we need that downtime, but like everything can't be a lie either, you know, because like I said, music is real to me. It's very important. It's very therapeutic.
Right, right. So at what point do you start taking music a little bit more serious or being a little bit more professional with the way you start putting together your product and stuff?
Well,
matter of fact, tell us about the first time you went to a studio.
Shit. Well, that wasn't until like really later, but
all right, we'll take us
like first time studio, but like taking the shit serious when we was in college. You know what I'm saying?
All right.
We came up with a name called Artillery. It was me, you, Scrap, Leezy, and had a lot of unofficial members, but they was members, you know.
We had the squad.
Yeah, we had a squad. We had the street. I took it serious then, but I just didn't know what I know now. But it's been serious since college, so let's say like 18, 19 years old.
All right, so during them times, what was it like? What was the experience of, you know?
I learned organization, you know, because I also learned what it's like to be a leader of men, you know, learning how to deal with contrasting personalities, learning how to craft the image without compromising your morals, coming up with the creative concepts, like what the title's about and, you know, the direction of the mixtapes that we was coming out with. I learned a lot during that time, bro. That shit was dope. I never forget that.
All right, we'll break it down. Tell them what the fuck. Tell them what you did, bro. Give them
shit.
Give them an example. Give them a story of that from that time about what it was like. You know.
Man, that was wild. That was wild, though, dog. Because I was very wild and disrespectful during that time, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Though that shit set me up for what it is today, but I think I do miss as far as the camaraderie of it because it was fun back then, and like today it's like it's still fun, but you got to be more about your business. And so, you know, back then it was like the golden times. We was rapping, but it wasn't just all about the money side. But today, when I'm rapping, it's like, yeah, I'm getting my message across, but it's still about business too, because a lot of things are a lot more expensive than what they've been back then. You know what I mean?
Tell them about Main Event.
Man.
Tell them about the show, the Main Event show. Break that down.
That was so dope. I've always been a spiritual person. So, you know, we made sure we prayed before that show.
No, even go before that. Tell them how we got the motherfucker, you know, all that.
I knew the owner of the spot. The owner told me, hey, man, I'm gonna let y'all rap, man.
What, man, I'm sorry, not to cut you off.
Yeah.
I gotta remember that these people don't know what the fuck we talking about.
Right.
What is main event? Where is that at? What is going on?
That's Columbia. The main event was right up the street from Benedict College campus. Any given time, you see 100 people walking because everybody going. You know what I'm saying? So I knew the owner of the club, and I also knew a promoter, and they knew that we had the music going. They knew we was dope as fuck. I set everything up the right way. So I made all of us have on fatigues because we was artillery, and like a lot of the central themes of the music was like military style, you know what I'm saying? But not in the sense of actual military. It's just like that mind frame of thinking. But anyway, we go to this club. We pray before we go to start this show. I told these niggas, hey man, nobody can fight tonight. We can't fuck this up, because this gonna be a huge opportunity. So needless to say, Scrap was so nervous. I kept trying to calm him down, told him I got it. Don't forget your words. If you do, I got your back. Leezy was not new to this. Mario is natural, you know, and shout out to Bruce, real talk. I don't know what he going by today. I say 20 Bruce, that's my nigga. He was ready for it too, because he was used to everything. So, you know, we all in our military gear, we doing our thing, and then lo and goddamn behold, somebody done got a hold to one of our homeboys in the crowd. We done fucked the show up because we done goddamn fight. And it was always like that with y'all niggas. Shit. We was in a talent show. They said, don't jump off the fucking stage. You gotta stay on stage, you can't really curse, etc. Mario broke both of them goddamn rules. They cut the music short, and we had the whole goddamn gym rocking. It was crazy. That's fun times, dog. Yeah, reminiscing on that shit.
Yeah. So
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
In between that time frame, let me tell y'all niggas our work ethic. So niggas used to trip and call me Rap City, cause at 4 o'clock every fucking day, Monday to Friday, I gotta leave niggas and I gotta go watch Rap City. I'm studying what other niggas is doing in the game so I can implement that in what we had going on. And I can't tell y'all how many hours I spent organizing these niggas' songs. You know what I'm saying? Mario started helping out, I want to say maybe 2 years in, when he started going and just taking it upon himself to record. And then he'd tell me, hey, I got 5 songs in there. You just got to go do your thing. But I appreciated that. Leezy always was the longest because he got distracted. So, you know, anywhere between these sessions, we all in one dorm room. It's like 30 niggas in one room. The Mac is playing in the background, or some porno flick that Lil Steve probably put on. And we we were doing our thing. In that time frame, though, we recorded, I still have maybe about 320 songs that we did in 3.5 years. And I still got them. You know, y'all, they gonna see the light of day. But anyway, go ahead, what you about to ask me.
Yeah, so, you know, you have good times and you have bad times. That
Fucking
shit came
right.
to an end.
Fucking right.
So let's go ahead and get it out there. What kind of brought it into that phase of Mossy B? Because you wasn't even Mossy B at that time. You was Mossberg.
Yeah, Mossberg CP, dog, or Mossy Bin Laden.
So it wasn't even a Mossy B yet. So let's talk about that transition from Mossberg to Mossy B.
I take a lot of responsibility for letting that go. Then also, I got upset with Leezy because I felt like Leezy couldn't stay focused, and I saw so much in this dude. And I personally, still to this day, I don't feel like there's nobody in that city that can fuck with this dude rapping. You know what I mean? When he really on his shit. So I kind of was upset because he just couldn't stay out of trouble. But I get it now that I'm a man. But that had a lot to do with it. And then also my granny got paralyzed, and she had a stroke and became paralyzed. And also a child came in the picture. So my focus was no longer there. I take a lot of that. And plus Scrap graduated. And so I felt like the actual core members, it was leaving. Even though Frank was a good replacement for Scrap, you know, but it still wasn't the same. So when I left Benedict, I ended up moving to Atlanta. This is like '06. So basically I had to reinvent the wheel because I'm in a hellified bigger city. I'm meeting high profile niggas who really involved in heavy shit. So I had to change it up, you know what I'm saying? So I had caught a hold of the fella from the West Coast by the name of Mossberg, and even though they were spelled differently, I don't want to be like no nigga. So I was like, let me just shorten this shit. And then the for Prez part came about because, you know, I always been a leader, you know, leader of shit. So that's what brought that about.
Word. So being in Atlanta, tell the people about what was going on with you during this phase, because this is I can tell this was a transitional period for my brother. We in our 20s.
Yeah, 21 shit.
You know, we starting to get it's getting real heavy. You know,
yeah. I started. Well, I can say it now. I don't do shit. I met a person and I started hustling weed, and so I became like infamous with this shit. So, not as a tool to flash, but as a tool to provide. I had to pay for myself to go to college and shit. You know what I'm saying? And I had responsibilities and things. I ended up meeting a fella who is still incarcerated to this day. And he showed me how to not only conduct myself around people who had more than me, but he taught me how to really be myself and not give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? And so he took me around so many different things, man, and I'm always appreciative of that because I kept that knowledge to this day. I had, like, my first month in Atlanta, a DJ by the name of Dagwood that I know. He took me around, so I got to meet, like, Shawty Low, God bless him. I got to meet Gucci Man. I got to meet Young Dro. A lot of niggas who was doing shit at the time. Big Country Kane. I seen Jeezy probably 3, 4, 5 times now, but basically that's what was going on in Atlanta.
Just chopping it up, taking that game in.
Basically, and after my homeboy got locked up, I met another fella from South Carolina. His name is Country C. Shout to him. He had a lot to do with me taking this shit more seriously. He built a studio, need more studios, in Gwinnett County off Jimmy Carter Boulevard. Shout to Greg Charlie. He was an engineer. He always told me I was going to be his 50 Cent. But I really appreciate Country a lot because he never charged me a dime. And I know I recorded probably another 200-something songs in that studio late night with Greg, you know what I'm saying? And never charged me a dime, bro. That went to show me how my character, you know what I'm saying? Like how people really feel about me. So you shout to them. They was heavy in my life. I appreciate the both of them.
Right. So there's a lot of music being made. But on the business side, shit isn't really
clicking,
doing what you would expect or hope for such a dope product. Give your expressions of feelings about that.
When you come to a certain point where you like gotta realize that everybody ain't going where you going. And I slowed myself down a lot by maintaining certain relationships that were no longer fruitful to me. They had already served their purpose. So it wasn't until I stopped putting others before myself, you know what I'm saying, until I started to get the bigger picture. And so as far as like the business side goes, I learned a lot from everything I've been through. And now today, I think the business is intact. It's really just staying consistent with everything. That's all it is. You know, life can throw you curveballs though.
Yeah, let's speak on that consistency at
I say
our age.
Yeah.
Just speaking for myself, I love this shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
I don't ever see it being a time where I won't ever go to a studio and spit a 16. I don't give a fuck if I'm 60 years old. If I can walk to that bitch, man,
Going.
I just got to do it, man. That's the gift that I believe that I have.
Yeah.
So
I agree with that.
We also live in a time where it's like my opinion, always my opinion, nobody else. I stand up for mine. I believe that we are now in just like we in a time where it's just cool to hate.
Oh shit, nigga!
Before you even hear a nigga, you can look at a nigga album cover. Hey, fuck him.
Fuck him.
So with such venom out, how do you stay motivated to even continue doing this shit?
Well, nigga been dealing with that from the jump.
Right.
So, I mean, you know, for time purposes, niggas skipping certain shit. You know what I'm saying? But nigga been dealing with that from the jump. Since growing up, I've always been in the neighborhood. I was the little brother. Everybody told me what they saw in me. You know what I'm saying? Like the gangsters protected me. You know what I'm saying? And always looked out for me, taught me different things, kept me away from certain shit. You know what I'm saying? Because they always knew that I was a bright star. So anytime you got confidence in yourself, a person who lacks confidence, they automatically gonna hate you because they don't understand the game. It's easier to hate you. You feel what I'm saying? So that part of it in today's time, I ignore it. You know what I'm saying? Because I got a sense of myself, bro. So I don't really give a fuck about another nigga who don't like something. I've always dealt with that. Niggas hate on me behind bitches. You know what I'm saying? If a nigga get a chance to catch you slipping, he want to exploit it. You know what I'm saying? Like, niggas gonna always be there. That shit ain't never going nowhere. You feel me? So I don't think that's it. I think that when you start to vibrate higher, bro, certain things just drop out your realm, bro. It's non-existent to you. But if you choose to focus on that side of it, like, oh man, these niggas gonna hate on it, man. I'm gonna put this out today, and then a nigga going, man, fuck Mario record, man, fuck Mossy record, man, fuck them. You feel me? I got a sense of myself, nigga. I'm the shit with everything I do. So why would I care about you? Because you don't got an understanding of you. You did?
I feel you, brother. I feel you, brother.
And a lot of times, man, people always tell you to be humble. You know what I'm saying? Look up that word in the dictionary, what humble mean. You feel me? That's disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not going to be humble with shit. Hey, I chop and screw. My shit is called Mossy's Chop Sessions. People in Houston compare me to DJ Screw. And I take that as the ultimate compliment coming from where I come from. You feel me? People tell me the graphic design is dope. I take that as the ultimate compliment. Shout to Corey Lemon again. You feel me? Shout to Cliff, his brother. I take that as compliments. You know, so people tell me, man, your rapping got me through my divorce, or man, I was depressed and suicidal till I heard your story, dog. Like your music brought me out of it. Like, that's the ultimate compliment. So why be humble? Why focus on a nigga who ain't got no understanding of himself? You feel me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's my outtake on that.
On that. Well, I mean, you know, my nigga does have a lot of shit going on, man. You know, my nigga, once again, the photography, the music.
The chop sessions is
talk to him about what you got, like, you know, some of the things that you're going through, you know, experiences that you're having now. You know, everything
is everything, man. You know, today was my grandma's funeral. You know, love my big mama. You know, other than that, man, you know, I was doing pretty well. I was on tour with the No Limit reunion tour. I still am, but you know, it's just postponed due to the coronavirus. I put out M3 Soul of a Man, which featured one of my favorite artists from New Orleans, Fiend. You know, did pretty well with that. I dropped another project called 72 Vintage. That's cold. I'm coming out with 2 more when I quit being a hoe about it and putting them out. You know what I'm saying? I got the 73 Mac and I got the 73 Hammer. It's like a 2-part series. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna put them out soon enough. You know, niggas stay in motion, man. That's what's going on now. Staying in motion. Feel like that.
Yes, sir.
Mossy B for Prez.com. You know, we got that there.
Well, I ain't really got too much more to talk about, brother. Is there anything that you would like to touch on?
Man, nah, man. That we like shout some niggas I observe. You know, shout to Mr. Taylor. I feel like he's an unsung hero in Charleston. Shout to Port Baby. One of my favorite, not just rappers, you know what I'm saying? He's one of my favorite people, you know what I'm saying? Shout to Larry Shepard, Sadale, rest in peace to Courtney. Shout to Lil D, B Kiddo. I love her. I love her music. I think she's so fucking dope. Got to do something with her ASAP. And there's so many. Niceville Richie, what's up? You know, shit. Apollo, what's up, G?
Yeah.
You know, I got so many people to name. So if I forget you, you know it's all love at the end of the day. You know, let me ask you a question, right?
Sure.
Now, today, what do you feel like keep you going? Like, far as topic when you rhyme? Like, what keep you going now?
As far as rapping?
Yeah, what keep you going?
Now we talking rapping.
Mm-hmm.
The reason Rio's still in there spitting, nigga, because at the end of the day, man, I'm a competitive motherfucker, man.
Right.
And I feel disrespect around this motherfucker, man. I be rapping my ass off, dog, and niggas, I don't feel as though niggas give me the proper goddamn props for what the fuck I be doing on the mic, man. I mean, that's just you know. So at the core of it, shit, nigga, fuck you, nigga. That's kind of. But also, that's my therapy, man.
Yeah.
I'm able to cut that beat on.
Yeah.
And just think about shit.
Right.
You know, when I ain't really feel like talking to a motherfucker, I ain't telling motherfucker shit. I can express how I feel on that pad, man.
Word, that's real.
And I also feel like I have a duty
to continue
to not even really continue, but for whatever I put out now, it has to make some type of statement. Because now I'm really focused on legacy. The words, when I'm no longer here, the only thing that's going to be left are the words that I say on the mic. And now that I'm doing these podcasts, the conversations that we have amongst my fellow brethren.
Yeah.
Because my kids watch this shit.
That's true. That's cool.
And when I'm gone, man, I want to. That's something that they could go back on
and reflect
and be like, "Hey, that's dad."
Yeah.
Whether they agree with the opinions that I have, because they own human beings. They gonna grow up to be whoever they are, and I'm proud of whatever the fuck.
That's true. I can agree with that.
So
I agree with that.
If not for something to learn from, just something to be like, that was my daddy.
That's true. I can expand on that one too. Like, that keep me going. I think the hurt that I felt is what keeps me going. Like, the hurt from investing in a friend's business, you know, because he sells me a dream and then I don't hear from him no more.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, that hurt. I felt disrespected as a black man. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, that keeps me going. You know, it let me know that my heart is in the right spot, but it keep me going. Or, you know, your first sense of heartbreak. You know what I'm saying? Like, they say heartbreak Drake, but I like that because it's transparent and everybody done felt some type of feeling like they got played to a certain degree. You feel what I'm saying? So that type of stuff keep me going. That's how I'm able to come up with them female songs so swift, because it's coming from a genuine place, you know, and then the internal battles with self, like, you know, how can I be better? You know what I'm saying? Like, or what did you learn from when you made this, that, and the third mistake? Like, are you gonna make it again? Like, those types of feelings is what keep me going. And then, you know, also the fact of, I know that my success is critical to a lot of other people's success around me. It'll radiate off. So I can't quit just because of that. You know? That type of shit keep me going. And then also it's just like you said, the fact of niggas act like they don't see you. You know what I'm saying?
Like, hold up.
But I know you see me. You know what I'm saying? Because I've seen niggas imitate things that I've done. You know, so it's like that type of shit will always keep me going. And shout out to Sellers too. We had this conversation. Shout out to him. Get his new shit, Store Run. And
I like homie.
Yeah.
Cool as fuck.
And D Money, that's my
nigga.
guy.
D Money.
Yeah, that's my guy, man. D Money is like, he keep me going with this shit. Cause if it wasn't for him and my partner Cam Castle, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would stop. I would totally be Andre 3000 with the fucking flute, you know? Y'all three niggas keep me going with the shit, and I'm very appreciative for that. And I know how much I mean to y'all, and I know how much I motivate y'all, and y'all know how much I motivate me. And I feel like that's the way it's supposed to be, you know?
That's the way it's going to be.
Yeah,
that's us. You know what I'm
keep me
saying?
going. And shout out to Ira, shout out to Technique. You know, I see him doing his thing too. He's a motivator because I watch his things, you know, and even though we don't got nowhere close to the same style of rap, I respect what he doing because it's working how he needed to work, you know, and I'm sure he said the same for me. It's working how I needed to work. So, you know, I always felt like I was the one, and I'm going to continue to feel that way, and I'm going to continue to motivate the best way that I can. You know what I'm saying? Well, what I got going on.
Tell them where to get the music at.
Yeah, MossyB.Prez.com. Book your feature there. Book your chop session there. Book your photo shoot there. And it's everywhere on the Apple Music, Tidal, Spotify, all that good shit, you know? It's everywhere. All you gotta do is type in the name. Mossy's Chop Sessions or Mossy B for Prez. It ain't hard to find. At all.
Before I let you go, without getting too personal or revealing anything that you feel that you shouldn't, break down some of them sessions with Fiend, man, because I don't think motherfuckers really appreciate the fact that a young nigga from Haven Oaks, man, went and made a move with a fucking legend, dog. That's a motherfucking legend. Who the fuck ain't listen to Fiend coming up? And my nigga did that shit on the smooth tip. Like,
Yo, if you know me, you know I used to be at the flea market, you know? And so I'm out there hustling, slinging CDs, and shout to everybody who ever came and bought shit for me. Shout to Megabucks, you know, shout to Killer Skip, shout to Brown, you know, because these are all people who consistently supported what I do. And my regulars who always come and see me. So one day we found out that the No Limit tour was going to Columbia. So, you know, I bought me and D Money ticket, and I said, fuck it, let's roll, nigga. He didn't even know. You know what I'm saying? I copped the tickets, we went. And then so when we get there, we just observing the show, and I'm like, yo, we gotta try to get to one of these people backstage, you know what I'm saying? We coming out the shit, everybody was gone, and Fiend was standing right there. And in my bag, I happened to have the original Street Life. And so I opened it up and I handed it to him and he was stuck. He was like, oh man. It's like, you kept this? I was like, my nigga, I got it. Like, sign this motherfucker for me. Then so he was like, you rap? I was like, hell yeah. He was like, man, let's do something right now. I said, bruh, I ain't prepared at the moment, but can I just get your number? He was like, man, I'm gonna give you my direct contact. You hit me up. So we went a whole year, man, of just, and I encourage other people to do this, is to be your genuine self, because people gonna respect you more. And I would just call and check in, man, just to say what's up, keep my face in his mind. And I'm checking on him. I'm just being my normal self. I really cared more about getting to know him and learning game more than I did the music. So the song that I even put him on, the If I Die Tonight shit, I had already did that by myself first. You feel me? And then I sent it to him and he loved it. He sent them whoops and gave me that fire-ass verse. So I went back and did it. And I took it upon myself to go to New Orleans on the strength by myself with money. You know what I'm saying? And we went and we shot that video, shot the track man from Memphis. He did the video for me, shot the Brad, because he was the co-director. You know, when we made that shit happen, bro, like, I felt accomplished, dog. Like, you couldn't tell me shit. And you couldn't have told me that wasn't going to make me get more attention from my own city. But, you know, it's just a tricky way. But being down with Fee, man, that's a beautiful thing, man, because it opened up so many doors. But really, my partner Samo out the Magnolia, that's who really opened up a lot of doors, because Sam introduced me to Mercedes. You feel me? And then Mercedes took it upon herself to do what she did for me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to her. I love her. You know what I'm saying? But Fiend, man, I talked to that nigga yesterday. That's my guy, man. I talked to Mercedes earlier. I shouted to Sam. I talked to him 3 days ago. Them my people, man. You know? And I'm trying to think of what I didn't tell you, but yeah, that.
Hey, I think we got the gist of it, brother.
And shout out to Damon. Shout out to Lawrence, because they introduced me to Sam.
Like, point blank. The moral of the story is get off your ass and hustle, man. Don't be sitting there fucking crying and complaining about why this ain't happening, why that ain't happening. This man just simply made a fucking relationship with somebody and something beautiful came out that shit. That song is a fucking classic.
Yeah. Yeah, you really gotta step outside yourself and
you gotta step out the box and go get it, man. Like, stop the bitching and complaining and whining about why this and why that. Man, fuck that, man. I starting to learn. You gotta create the motherfucking story. You gotta create the hype, the whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
And then the people will come. They'll catch on. That's just the way it is.
Right. We did this with I was making relationships and shit like that when there was no social media, you feel me? So it's like now you really don't have an excuse. You can set yourself apart from whoever, however, you know what I'm saying? Just by being you. But a lot of people don't know how to be that yet, because like I said earlier, there's no sense of self. You got to understand yourself first. A wise man knows his limitation, you feel me? So you got to look at yourself first and think about what it is that you really fucking want out this shit, instead of you looking at what another nigga doing, trying to imitate that shit, you know?
Right.
So it's like, I know it's hard sometimes to get love out your city, you know? It is sometimes, depending on where you are, but you can't let that stop you or hold you back. You can't limit yourself to that unless you got that small vision. When you really feel like, hey man, I want to see the world, it opens up all the doors. So don't be afraid to venture out and go and do other things in other places, because you're going to build some beautiful relationships like that. If you sit the fuck down in one spot, nigga, you going to drown in that bitch. Like that it don't make sense to me. And you not being fake because you choose to move to a different place to get yourself together. Everybody in Atlanta ain't from fucking Atlanta. Everybody in Miami ain't from Miami. You feel me? Look at how many niggas from the north migrated to Miami when that shit was popping. You feel me? Them niggas got embraced and they got love, so don't be afraid to do that. You know? Everybody can't be a Nipsey Hussle. You know? So it's like, just do what you feel is gonna work for you, and don't be afraid to step outside the box, man. But that's one thing I ain't afraid of that at all. I'm unapologetically gonna be me, you feel me? And I'm gonna go wherever the fuck I feel like I wanna go at. Cause I feel like God got my back regardless. You feel what I'm saying? So, it is what it is.
Motherfucking church, nigga. Well, ladies and gents, I think we got a good education of my man Mossy B today.
Word. Got the drift of it.
For the Keep On Pushing podcast.
Yes, sir. This is dope. I fuck with y'all niggas the long way. Keep this shit going.
Shout out to my nigga Kai, man.
He ain't here, but nigga, what's up?
Kai out there in that world getting whoop his ass at work.
Y'all niggas better make sure y'all start fucking supporting y'all people, man. You ain't got no excuse now, bitch. Corona got you at the crib. You ain't working.
Might as well hit us on the YouTube Black Dollars Media, baby.
Yeah,
check the shit.
Media and donate something. Shit kills me how the ESPN The Last Dance come on TV and everybody flocking because they want to get some Jordans. But it's like you still getting that same old Jordan that done came out 35 motherfucking times already. But you won't give $5 to the person that's sitting next to you who could be bigger than a Jordan, who could be more
at least more more influential to you.
Yeah. And
your personal life.
And that's important, bro. And I think a lot of people step outside themselves. It's like, I don't know what will make you want to do that.
This network blows up. That's at least 10, 15 jobs I can give a nigga in Ridgeville.
Facts, bro.
At least.
You LeBron James is a good example. This man kept his partners that he came up with, bro. And this man gave all of them boy positions, paid for them to go to school and gave them positions of power. Now they can take care of their family and their friends' families, etc., etc. It's like a domino effect. But if you sit back and you feel like, oh, I'm not gonna support Mossy because I know Mossy. I grew up with him. Nah, man, you sound crazy. It's like each one gotta teach one to reach the next one. So it's like you gotta put $1 here in order to get $2 or $3 back. It's like recycling. That's what we gotta do. We gotta be a little bit more present for each other, man, and quit acting like you don't want to fuck with a nigga because of your own personal insecurities or what another motherfucker say,
and not even fucking with me or you, your own people. Yeah. Niggas around this motherfucker don't even fuck with their own people the way that the shit should be. So we got fix that first. Like stay off the fucking Facebook trying to fix problems that you ain't got nothing to fucking do with. Let's fix what's at home first, man. Let's get that right.
It bothered me, man, when we saw a nigga, seeing that nigga steal nip like that, and then immediately, bruh, not even 30 minutes of this man being dead. The man video was everywhere. But I feel like the universe worked in mysterious ways, bruh. And I feel like that should have been a wake-up call to a lot of people. From the sense of, here it is that you have a great person, a great man, a great leader, a great father, a great spouse. Like, you have a person who has the potential to do so many things. Like, people always ask that question of what would Tupac do if he was alive today? Well, you saw it. It was right there, but then our mentality is so poisonous sometimes to where it make us hate the individual instead of getting the understanding of the game. But again, it all starts with self. It's like you got to check yourself. And we all not going to be rappers. We all not going to be, like what we think we're going to be. You might start out saying, I want to be a fucking doctor. And you might end up being a goddamn astronaut for NASA. Like, it's just all about your mindset and what it is that you really want to get out this shit. But you got to get that understanding of self first. And as you doing that, support the self that's next to you. You know what I'm saying? That's just me, my personal opinion, dog.
Shit, I agree with you on that one, bro.
Just me. It don't hurt for me to say, hey man, West Side Rio, No Hard Feelings, pick that up right now. And then tomorrow I said, hey, D Money, Lavish Lifestyles coming out, you know what I'm saying? Such. That don't hurt nothing. You feel me? Because
what the fuck is that? $10? What the fuck a nigga just spent? $10? Two niggas?
I spent
like
$10.
both? Why the fuck this shit got to be so divisive in our community when it comes to shit like music? I remember it's very evident with them girls. Like, why that shit got to be that way, man? Why can't everybody just enjoy the fucking music? I mean, I'm not telling motherfuckers to not state their opinion, and I'm not saying if you don't like something not to like the shit. I ain't saying that. But you can just tell where it's like, motherfucker ain't even trying, man. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
Everybody gotta follow that next big thing, you know. I respected it more, dog, when I could listen to a certain person from the West. I knew that they were from the West Coast, but it didn't sound like DJ Quick. You know, like when I listen to Jay Worthy and G Perico today, they from the West Coast, but they don't remind me of nobody else. They remind me of them. Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? I'm watching their progression. Like, I appreciated that part more in the music, but it's like people done got so caught up in the trend of what's hype. This sound is good. Like, I'm tired of hearing the same old beat that I've been listening to for 10 years. Like, I didn't grow up like that. Like, I've never heard an organized noise beat that sounds like another organized noise beat. You feel what I'm saying? Like, all that shit is different. And it's like, but nobody want to do that. It's like you chasing the fucking dollar, but nigga, the dollar gonna end up chasing you if you just be true to yourself. Like, I don't get it, man. I miss the days of when I could go to the club, and I ain't trying to sound like no old nigga saying this, because I ain't. It's like, I love growing up when I would hear groove me, oh, and then right after that, man, you hear it takes two to make a thing go right.
Definitely had that set.
You feel me? It's good music, but they did not sound the same. You feel me? I think that shit is crazy how when I'm in the club one day, I'm listening to motherfucking Future, and then all of a sudden another nigga come on after that. I'm still thinking it's Future, and it's not even him. It's a nigga who sounds just like him. You feel me? I can name off so many fucking Future and Young Thug and 21 Savage clones that it's ridiculous. And I just don't understand how niggas is comfortable with that. Like, I get tired of listening to this shit, and then when I cut it off, I feel like I done got dumber. You feel me? That's just me though.
Yeah.
I don't want to go on one of them rants. You know what I'm saying?
You already went on it, but it's all right.
That's just me, dog. I get tired of that shit. Like, just be you, dog. Like, be fucking you, bro. People gonna like you for you. You ain't gotta hate on that nigga because he got that fly ass female, dog. You could be driving a motherfucking dump truck, nigga. And if you believe in you and you got confidence in yourself, you gonna get an even better woman, dog.
All right.
You feel me? It's just
all right.
It is, bro.
Give it to him, bro.
Fuck it, soldier. Fuck it, man. I'm out this motherfucker, nigga.
All right, man. Good night, folks.
Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, man.
Y'all.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you.
That's facts, dog.